Do you want to retire in Portugal but don't know which city or town to choose? Portugal is an awesome place to retire because of the wonderful climate, affordable cost of living, excellent public and private healthcare facilities, and much more. As amazing as Portugal is, not everywhere will appeal to everyone. In this video, we'll look at the top 6 best places to retire in Portugal. 1. Lisbon. Lisbon is Portugal's capital and, without a doubt, the best place to retire. It's also the largest city in the country, so you should have an idea of what life would be like in Lisbon. Lisbon also houses many beautiful places that attract tourists from all over the world. As someone looking to retire soon, you probably wonder, what do I stand to gain here? There's quite a lot, especially if you want an adventurous retirement life where you can go sightseeing every other day, take short trips around your vicinity, and still be at the center of what's happening in the city while living on a reasonable budget. Lisbon has a mild Mediterranean climate characterized by short, mild, and rainy winters and warm to hot, dry summers. Are you concerned about healthcare? Lisbon has one of the best healthcare facilities in Portugal. It has various private and public hospitals, clinics, and health centers. Lisbon is not lacking in the basic amenities available in a typical European city. You have various dining options, entertainment options, and shopping options, all based on your budget. Another benefit of retiring in Lisbon is the diversity it offers. Your stay in Lisbon will expose you to people from other places, not just Portuguese locals. By the way, we have a free Facebook group where you can connect with digital nomads, expats, and online entrepreneurs exploring Portugal. Join us today. The link is in the description. The public transportation system is excellent, and the country's major international airport is easily accessible. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so now. There are so many places to explore and so many things to do. You get to meet a lot of people from all over the world. There are many historic sites, museums, and cultural events to partake in. The city has outstanding architecture, a perfect blend of cobblestone streets and ancient buildings. Speaking of language, Lisbon is where you can get by without speaking Portuguese. Many locals now understand basic conversational English. However, you must learn the language of the people so you can connect with them on a deeper level. Talking about the locals, they are very warm, loving, and accommodating to foreigners, so you don't have to worry about being discriminated against or walking on eggshells. They'll make you feel at home in no time. As amazing as all these are, Lisbon is not for everyone. Here are some cons of living in Lisbon, especially as a retiree. Lisbon can be more expensive than other cities in Portugal. It can be very crowded, which might not be suitable if you want a quieter and more serene environment. 2. Porto. It's not a coincidence that Porto is ranked as the second best place to retire in Portugal. Porto is the second largest city in Portugal and has similar features to Lisbon. It is one of the major urban areas in southwestern Europe. Still, Porto is steeped in local history and traditions more than Lisbon. Living in Porto is slightly cheaper than in Lisbon, especially in accommodation and dining. You'll need 4,100 euros in Lisbon for a lifestyle that'll only cost you 3,600 euros in Porto. So, if you are on a tight budget, you might want to consider Porto as a likely option for where to retire. The climate in Porto is temperate oceanic, characterized by mild, rainy winters and pleasantly warm, sunny summers. High-quality medical facilities and personnel are available in Porto, so you have nothing to worry about when it comes to receiving the best healthcare throughout your retirement. The cost can also be subsidized for you as a retiree, but you should have an insurance plan that'll come in handy during emergencies. Many people might struggle with finding the right insurance plan, but you don't have to. Here's a reliable health insurance plan that travels with you. Check out our suggestion, which is linked in the description below. It's the go-to choice for digital nomads, freelancers, and retirees who need flexible coverage wherever they go. Although some might still consider Porto noisy, it is quieter than Lisbon. Porto has the historic Era district, many museums, and the famous port wine cellars. Apart from the stunning landscapes, you can enjoy leisure boat trips to the Douro River while living in Porto. That and other activities like visiting historic sites, going on wine tours, river cruises, and lots more are fun activities you can enjoy during your retirement years. The public transportation system in Porto is also good and accessible, making it easier for you to move from one place to another without worrying about getting a personal car. Now to the cons. Porto has more rain and a cooler climate, so it might not be suitable for you if you are not cut out for that. You might look at other cities with a warmer climate. Coimbra. Coimbra is one of the oldest cities in Portugal, and it houses the oldest university in the country and one of the oldest in the world. Until the early 20th century, it was the only Portuguese-speaking university in the world. Coimbra has a historical charm with lots of historic places to visit and journey into Portuguese history. Some of the places you can visit are the University Tower, the Palace of Justice, the Old Cathedral, the Church of Santa Justa, and many others. Seeing the architecture of these buildings will take you on a journey into past European architectural styles. Not only would you get to appreciate the past, but there are other artworks present-day artists have created to beautify the interior walls of these buildings. The longest river located exclusively within Portuguese territory, the Mondego River, flows through Coimbra, adding to its beauty. The cost of living in Coimbra is relatively cheaper than in Lisbon. Rent prices in Coimbra can be about 48% lower than in Lisbon. Another appealing part of living in Coimbra as a retiree is that it has one of the largest English-speaking populations in Portugal. This is probably because of the international student community there. Ironically, even most locals speak English. You also have access to modern healthcare facilities with professionals who speak English. The climate is temperate with warm, sunny summers and cold, rainy winters. To the cons, it's a smaller city with less cosmopolitanism, except among the student community. However, this can be a con for you if you don't mind living in a small city and desire to be fully integrated into the Portuguese culture. 4. Madeira. Other places mentioned so far are relatively large cities, but here's a deviation from that trend. You've probably lived in cities all your life and want a different environment, living conditions, lifestyle, and scenery for your retirement. Living in Madeira allows you to do this. Madeira is an island with stunning landscapes and a mild climate throughout the year. This is a perfect place for a serene retirement. You get to enjoy hiking, gardening, and other outdoor adventures in a peaceful environment. The cost of living in Madeira is also more affordable. Housing, utilities, and transportation are reasonably priced. Eating out at local restaurants, participating in recreational activities, and the like are accessible without being too expensive. Now you might think being away from the city means a lack of access to healthcare facilities. That's not the case in Madeira. There are public and private modern healthcare facilities available with professionals to attend to your health needs. The locals are pretty friendly and accommodating, and you'll find expats living there as well. The cons: living on the island might make you feel isolated, but there are direct flights to Madeira. However, if you'd love to enjoy this kind of life, then you might consider retiring to Madeira. Would you consider retiring in Madeira? Leave your answer in the comments. 5. Sintra. Sintra is a small town close to Lisbon, so this can be cool for you if you want a small town and quiet place, but don't want to venture into staying on an island like Madeira. It has a mild climate, historic places, and beautiful beaches. All these make it a great place for outdoor activities like golfing, hiking, beach hopping, swimming, and birdwatching. There are natural parks around the town that you can visit. There are museums and other historic sites as well. Sintra seems to be home to a lot of retirees from various countries already, so you'll find a community of retirees that'll help you create a connection. Its proximity to Lisbon allows you to enjoy a wider range of activities. Now, this is one of the most important concerns for people looking for a place to retire. The cost of living is relatively cheaper than Lisbon, irrespective of its proximity to the nation's capital city. Finally on this list is Cascais. You've heard of places that are affordable and cost-effective to retire in, but here's where you can enjoy a coastal lifestyle and then invest in the area known as one of the strongest residential real estate markets in Europe. As appealing as investing in real estate in Cascais is, you should do your research to understand all it takes to live and make money in Portugal. Our exclusive guide, From Nomad to Neighbor, is here to help. This essential resource will guide you through everything you need to know to live and earn money in Portugal. You can find the link in the description and the pinned comment. In Cascais, you can enjoy a lifestyle of leisure and fun activities like golfing and boating. It has one of the best golf courses in the whole of Europe, so you should know that your experience of golfing will be at a top-notch level. Portugal is an awesome place to live and retire, but you must pay attention while choosing what is best for you, so you can have an amazing time in Portugal. To solidify your experience of having an amazing time in Portugal, it's best if you're able to understand Portuguese, at least on a conversational level. If you don't understand Portuguese, download the app we recommend to learn Portuguese fast and enjoy it for 7 days free of charge. Link in the description. One benefit retirees enjoy in Portugal is the non-habitual residency (NHR) program. This program allows you to enjoy reduced tax rates on Portuguese-sourced income and exemptions on most foreign-sourced income for 10 years. Amazing, right? You won't have to worry about all your money being taxed. In 2022, who ranked Portugal 12th in the world in terms of its healthcare system? Most towns, cities, and islands in Portugal have access to the best facilities and professionals, so irrespective of the city you choose in Portugal, you won't compromise on having top-notch healthcare. When you talk about safety, Portugal is one of the safest places to live. In fact, according to the Global Peace Index, it is the third safest country in the world. You shouldn't worry about terrorism, violent crimes, or other unrest. Choosing where to retire largely depends on what you want and the lifestyle you intend to live during your retirement. With this list, you can highlight what you want and choose where you know you'll have the best experience. To learn more about living in Portugal, we recommend you watch this video and playlist. Click now and I'll see you there.